Welcome to Best Movies, the biggest YouTube channel dedicated to zombies, post-apocalypse, disaster, and survival. This is where the world ends, and the best cinematic chaos begins. In this ranking, you'll see the most anticipated zombie and apocalyptic movies and series of 2025, plus the upcoming 2026 premieres that fans are already talking about worldwide. From deadly experiments and infected cities to scorched wastelands, every story proves that humanity fights hardest at the edge of extinction. And at the very end, there's a zombie movie that completely breaks the system. Don't skip ahead, you'll want to see this one. Zombiephoria. In an abandoned shopping mall, a young woman named Abby finds an old book on a table, left behind by a strange old man. When she tries to return it, the man suddenly disappears, and things that seem impossible begin to happen around her. The words in the book come to life, and each page increasingly resembles a future that is coming true. Chaos engulfs the city, people begin to change, and the air is thick with the sense of an impending apocalypse. Soon, Abby discovers that the book is leading her straight to the place where the infection originated, and that the old man knew what was coming. Zombiephoria is an Indonesian horror film with a touch of black humor that shows that sometimes what seems like fiction can literally come to life. The film entertains, frightens, and surprises, combining absurdity with horror in a unique way. We bury the dead. After a mysterious military experiment in Australia, a wave of death sweeps across the world. In a restricted zone where soldiers collect the bodies of the fallen, Ava Newman appears, a woman who cannot come to terms with the loss of her husband. Against orders, she joins the team, believing she can still find him. However, what she discovers is beyond comprehension. The dead do not remain dead. The bodies begin to move, but not like in classic zombie movies. Their eyes are full of memories, and the silence echoes with old emotions. Ava must face her own fear and guilt as the past literally comes back to life. We Bury the Dead is a dark, emotional story about love, loss, and how thin the line between life and death can be. The film is visually stunning and emotionally powerful, proving that true monsters are often born out of human longing. Fallout Season 2. The second season of Fallout takes us deeper into radioactive America, where the line between heroism and madness is becoming increasingly blurred. Lucy, after the events of the first season, must face the truth about her father and how Vault-Tec was really created. Meanwhile, a ghoul, once human, now half monster, discovers that his past may hold the key to the future of the entire wasteland. A new threat looms over the world, a secret organization that wants to restore the old order, whatever the cost. Season 2 brings more brutal clashes, dark humor, and the absurd beauty of a post-apocalyptic world. Instead of asking who will survive, the characters begin to wonder why they are even fighting in a place where humanity is just a memory. In its second season, Fallout shows that even after the end of the world, there is still hope, though sometimes it costs more than life itself. The Protector. In the near future, when climate change and human greed have led the world to catastrophe, water has become the most precious resource on Earth. In this brutal reality, a condemned woman named Key is given a chance at freedom on the condition that she carry out a near-suicidal mission. She must traverse a territory riddled with minefields and gangs to find the last known reservoir of clean water hidden beneath an indigenous American reservation. Standing in her way is the ruthless warlord Gael, who wants to seize the source and subjugate the survivors. Key, a former competitor in a brutal sport called dirt jousting, unexpectedly becomes the protector of a young boy who holds a secret that could change the fate of humanity. The Protector, 2025, is an intense post-apocalyptic thriller about survival, redemption, and hope in a world that has long ceased to be human. Stop for a second. Imagine the apocalypse just began. You're alone. No one's answering the phone. Outside, you hear the first scream. You have only one place to run. Where do you go? Number 1, the city. Chaos, danger, adrenaline. Number 2, the countryside, quiet, but they can come from anywhere. Number 3, the mountains, freezing, starving, but maybe you'll make it. Number 4, underground, darkness, echo, and nothing but you. Type the number or location in the comments. Let's see who among you truly has a plan when the world ends tonight. Queens of the Dead. Brooklyn never slept until that night. In the club, where the music pulsed like the heart of the city, drag queens and performers were getting ready for the biggest show of the year. Feathers, sequins, the glare of spotlights. And then suddenly, silence. Then the first scream. Queens of the Dead turns a night of fun into the strangest apocalypse the world has ever seen. The dead storm the dance floor, and the party becomes a battle for survival. In a place where makeup, glitter, and courage reign supreme, new heroines are born, armed with high heels, microphones, and pure determination. Every performance becomes an act of bravery, and every song an anthem of survival. The film by Teen Romero, daughter of the legendary George A. Romero, combines camp humor, horror, and emotion in a way we have never seen before. It is a glittering, exaggerated, but moving story about how even during the apocalypse, the show must go on. Available soon on streaming platforms. The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon Season 3. The sky above Spain is burning, and Daryl Dixon is once again fighting for survival. The third season of the series takes him and Carol on a journey through a devastated Europe, from the ruins of France to the eerie, sun-scorched coast of the Iberian Peninsula. Where civilization has long since ceased to exist and new zombie mutations wreak havoc, every encounter could be their last. The heroes are torn between loyalty and survival, between friendship and the brutal decisions that must be made in a world without rules. Their mission to return home turns into something more, an attempt to find meaning amid death and chaos. In its third season, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon combines road movie, horror, and existential drama, reminding us that even among the dead, hope can still be found. Cold storage. In the basement of a former military base, something that was supposed to be forgotten awakens. A parasitic fungus, an experiment from years ago that is now spiraling out of control. The seemingly innocent opening of a warehouse by 2 employees becomes the beginning of a biological nightmare in which every breath could mean death. The atmosphere thickens by the minute. Narrow corridors, rising temperatures, and increasingly grotesque victims of infection create a stifling, almost theatrical setting of horror. The director is not afraid of the macabre, but he also does not lose his ironic distance, playing with the conventions of scientific horror. A veteran of biological warfare, played with characteristic seriousness by Liam Neeson, brings a touch of old-school action cinema to the chaos. The result is a film that surprises with its intensity, grotesqueness, and penetrating commentary on humanity's obsession with controlling nature. Kaliyugam, 2064. The year is 2064. Earth resembles a desert, without water, without hope, without law. In a world where survival is a luxury, humans have become worse than the machines they once created. Kaliyugam 2064 takes us to post-apocalyptic India, where a handful of survivors struggle not only with hunger and lack of oxygen, but also with themselves. At the center of this story is Pari, a woman who refuses to give up despite the hopelessness of her situation. Together with a group of rebels, she tries to oppose the authorities who control the last resources of life. Every day is a struggle for survival, every breath an act of courage. The film shows in a raw and brutal way how thin the line between man and beast is when the world descends into chaos. Kaliyugam 2064 is a dystopian vision of the future that may come sooner than we think. Before we move on to the final movie, I have one more question for you. Would you like to see more zombie miniseries like the one that's playing right now? If so, please write it again in the comments. Let me know you want more, and I'll be happy to create new productions like this for you. And don't forget to check out my previous zombie miniseries. The links are in the description. And now, the final movie we've all been waiting for, Mirror Life. An experiment that was supposed to be a breakthrough in medicine turned into a nightmare. In Mirror Life, young documentary filmmaker Tracy sets out to find her cousin Jordan, who disappeared after participating in a secret research program. The experiment was supposed to test a revolutionary drug based on Mirror Life technology, an invention that allows human cells to be copied and regenerated. However, something went wrong. The participants began to lose control of their bodies, and their minds became trapped in a strange, unknown reality. Tracy discovers that the project has not been shut down. It is still ongoing in secret, and anyone who gets close to the truth disappears without a trace. Mirror Life combines found footage with classic horror to create a dark, scientific thriller about how thin the line is between the desire for life and the creation of a new form of death.